Everybody. I'm so glad we're all here. And I know there's tricklers, and tricklers are good, but we want to start on time. So for those of you just that come to normal class, it's not normal. So we're going to do a 2-hour workshop, but we'll have a weird break. It's okay. We'll have a break at the normal time where it would end, so you could scooch out. But what's going to happen in that last 45 minutes is we're going to all engage in an energy healing and sadhana that we move towards the solstice together. So I am Mahanraj Kaur, and this is Mahanraj Singh. And we are so passionate about you and your souls and our evolution. And so the reason we wanted just this free class, and we're going to do a lot of other things until the solstice. I'm working with Gary right now, who's the executive director, who's just a big heart about doing the Mahat Jop before our classes. What we're trying to do is insert a lot of places where you can connect to the energy, whether you have a class pass or not, because I feel like, and so does Mahanraj Singh, that, you know, this is the passage. What Yogi Bhajan said, you know, he was very passionate about the equinox. And sometimes you go, because it's interesting because he did the white tantric at the solstice, June and December. But he said the most important day was the spring and September, the fall equinox. Why? It's because of the balance. It's because it's such a rare thing when things are in balance. And so what we do for the rest of the time is try to have the balance. And when you think of that, give yourself a break, right? Because the sun and the earth only come into balance twice a year. And then when you look at the yugas and the whole gamut of our evolution, we are constantly moving forward towards the light and away from it. There's a very brief time where we're kind of in balance and things are a little easier, right? I'm so in love with our souls, and I have just been doing this since I was a little girl. And what's been coming through in my sadhana it's this. We got to get it right. Right now, the entire earth is moving more towards the central sun. We're going to get this big dose of light. It's going to get easier. We are going into the golden age. It is the Aquarian age. Who can't cut it will kind of disappear. But here's what has to happen. We got to be able to stay in balance and in love because, again, the sun will move away from the earth. It's a seasonal thing. So it's like, isn't this amazing? It's just like your life. God, isn't it amazing? You have a hard time, I have a hard time when things aren't going my way. That's when the sun's close, right? He loves me, I got the money, I got the job, everything's good. That's like the central sun moving towards the earth. When the flux comes, God, I just lost my job, I just crashed my car, then all hell breaks loose. What we are at, people, after billions of years, this human body, this person, you are royalty. The reason Mahanraj Singh and I call this the victory to the soul is because you are the victory. We are moving into a place of power where, like Yogananda, it's like, I'm here. No matter what. Sometimes it's a great day. Sometimes it all just goes my way. More often than not, it doesn't. But I don't get rattled, you know? And so I talked about this on Monday, but I got to do it again. I'm going to talk about Bob Newhart. He's a yogi. Did you not know that? Okay, so here's the thing. This is a classic Bob Newhart. Do you remember, anybody remember him? All right, so there's a few of you.
Yeah.
So Bob is a psychologist. And this woman walks in, she's young, she's beautiful, and she's like, I just keep having this vision. It's so funny because I used to have this when I was like 12, and my mom and dad did not know what to think. But anyway, the girl says, I keep thinking I'm going to be buried alive. I can't stop thinking I'm going to be buried alive. I can't stop thinking. And Bob is like, you know, Bob, he's just getting all this shit every day. He's looking at her. I got 2 words for you. It's going to fix everything. It's going to make everything right. You ready? Stop it! Just stop it! So part of our spiritual evolution is grit right now. Stop it. You know, and in the spiritual community, we're so cute. It was a past life, and then I incarnated as this, and then I got this mother, and stop it! Who freaking cares? It's just another loop that you can go on and on about. And I'm not saying, you know, there's a couple run-throughs you can do. You know, like get a shaman or get a great teacher and tell that person once. But what are you guys doing? Over. You know, what does my teacher say, Hardy Jeevan? Wow, you're having a big experience of that. And I know, too, and I'm really getting good at this. Like, when something really hurts my feelings, I want to tell everyone I know. She said, da-na-na-na-na. She said, da-na-na-na-na. I don't do it. Because I'm going to have a bigger experience of that. So tonight, it's Victory to the Soul. Everybody here and everyone in Mahanraj sings in my class, we're going to communicate with you about other things all the way up to the solstice, because we want, what Yogi Bhajan said is, this is like the initiation. You're marching towards the light. The biggest influx comes in when the light is the least. Why? Because the light comes from you. And so many of these great religions, all of them kind of, you know, behind the scenes, they all get along. They just don't tell you about it. It's like Jesus was born in spring, but that doesn't really work out, you know. So let's just say he's born around the equinox. That will, I mean, around the solstice. Let's do that, and then we can get the pagans in on it, and you know. So the thing is, it's all about us being together and loving each other. And this is a huge year. 2015, it's the 3rd year after the cusp of the Aquarian age. And the 3rd year, the sutra is, when the time is on you, stop. And the pressure's off. Stop. Sorry. No, don't stop. Start. Exactly. When the time is on you, start. So if you haven't started growing where you need to grow, we're going to do it now today. You know, I don't want to talk because I know he has things to tell you, and I just want you to know how much we love you. And we'll tell you all the things we can make happen in the meantime so we can be together. Sorry.
My wife is very passionate about Kundalini Yoga. You should see our house and like how our house goes in the morning with, you know, I do my thing, she does her thing, and there's different chantings going on at the same time sometimes, and every once in a while it's, hey, do you want to join me for my sadhana? And usually the response is like, well, why would I want to do that? Because, you know, a couple years ago around here, the buzz was Kundalini Yoga, right? Look around the room. I mean, just take a look around the room. The buzz was Kundalini Yoga. You know what the buzz is now? Everyone's talking about it. It's sadhana. It's sadhana. It's what you're hearing, the word. It's the sadhana. It's what we want you to experience. The greatest things as a teacher for us to experience is knowing that you are getting up in the morning and you are dealing with whatever you need to deal with in your sadhana, and you're eliminating a lot of the judgments and all of the bad stuff that you carry around with on, you know, most of the time. So as teachers, the greatest joy for us is to know that you're doing sadhana. And that's exactly what sadhana is all about. You get up and you realize, I need a connection to God to start my day, because that's bigger than me. You know, it's the Satnam. It's the truth of me. It's not, you know, I'm Tony and I have a carpet business and, you know, I have to make a withdrawal today and all that. It's not that stuff. It's about getting up. It's about humbling yourself and doing a practice. And that's what we're going to give out to you tonight.
So sadhana is a morning, personal. It could be morning. We like it to be the first thing you do, but personal practice. But this is about victory to the soul. So we're doing some amazing work today. You know, there's a couple things that Tony has developed with Heart of Jivan that we're going to do that are these energetics during our warm-ups. And then we're going to do the Sabang Kriya, which is all about manifestation and abundance. 2015 is about that. And so whenever something's about abundance, guess what happens? The polarity. I've got nothing. You know, there's that. So if you're doing that, it's okay. We're going to get you to, you know, and we all have a different abundance we're longing for. It can be health, love, money, you know, whatever. There was a thing you wanted more of. And you started off the year and you thought, you know what, I can nail this thing. And then the year trickled on. This has been a hard year. And so, you know, that's why Mahanraj Singh and I, we want to do all these classes right now to help you. Don't give up. You're in the last stretch. Don't give up, baby. Don't do that because you can do it now. It's never too late. I think it's a huge thing with Wayne Dyer dying. He's like the father of I am. What are you saying I am? How many of you are going, I am tired. I'm hot. I'm sad. Be careful. Be careful with that. I do it too. Don't do it. You know why? You know what the Lord's name in vain is? It's the I am something not so good. There's the God's name in vain. We have to be diligent. That's why we do sadhana. So you can have a high enough vibration that you do not I am over there. You I am God. I am love. I am healthy. I am. And you really got to get on board when it feels like I'm not. Because those are only your senses. What creates everything you see, and if you read the flyer, most people don't, but the whole thing is today, everything you see right now, somebody imagined. The car you drive, the house you live in, that shirt, everything was imagined by somebody. It's huge. And it starts with somebody's self-talk. I'm going to make that beautiful dress. It's just in their head. And then they say it. And then they get some people together and they buy the fabric, right? And then they involve a bunch of people and then they make 1,000 of them. But it starts right here. That's what we're working on tonight. To hone that energy of I am. So the Kriya we're doing is a lot of hud, which is God, God, God. That's the I am. And anything you insert in this Kriya today is going to manifest. It's going to manifest. So own it. And then as you march towards that solstice, you're just going to get more and more blessings and intuitive impulses that tell you, oh, yeah, you're on the right track. Oh, yeah, go there. Okay, yeah. But you've got to stay disciplined. The ego is always, the ego wants what it's used to. And so if it's used to being abandoned, it's used to, that's why I am the teacher I am, is because there's no good reason I'm sitting here today. There's no good reason. I have the love of my life by me. And I'm that classic girl, abandoned by her real dad, abused by her stepdad, an alcoholic as a youth. Nothing goes right for someone like me. But I had this thing inside of me ever since I was a little girl. I think that's a mistake. I think it's going to be okay. It's not to say I don't have some really crazy I ams. I do. But there was something inside me that just knew. And now, sitting where I am today, I know it's not just for me, it's for you. So I could sit up here today and say, yes, you can. Yes, you can have the one thing you think you can't have. And I feel like our souls need that thing. It's like the keys to the kingdom. It doesn't matter. You know, God doesn't care whether it's wealth or making the cheerleading team or the car. It's like that one thing you thought you never could have, that when you get it, you realize, oh my God, I am connected to God and I can manifest. That's what Tony is for me. When this happened in my life and it kept getting bigger, I realized, oh my God, all you got to do is believe. And I still forget, you know? And I know you guys have some things that have fallen into your lap because you tried and you believed, and then we got to stay on task. We are a great community. We are Kundalini crazy. Woo! Waheguru! And we're going to make this year awesome. We got about 90 days. Let's do this thing. All right?
And I'm that classic guy. Right? And a lot of you in relationships and, you know, husbands and all that, and I notice, you know, look around the room, there's like 5 brothers in here. I'm one of them. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So yeah. the classic guy, most of them are home right now. You know, most of them are home right now, and even if they may have the time to actually come into an atmosphere like this or an experience of Kundalini yoga, or maybe yoga in general even, most of the guys are going to be like, I'm good. You go, honey. I'm good, right? So I'm one of those guys, completely 100% that guy. And then I watched her, and I watched her go, and I watched her come home, and I'm still sitting there, you know, going back between Fox News and CNN and thinking I understand immigration, you know, and I'm watching her, and she's coming back, and things are changing. Our relationship is changing. So if you're in a relationship right now and you've got that guy who just doesn't really seem interested, just be patient. Because once the guy catches on, right, guys? Watch out. Watch out. Yeah. It's on. Waheguru. Let's warm up.
Okay. Tune in.
Tuning in. Activate the palm chakras. I know there's nobody new in here, right?
I know. God bless you if you're new.
Yeah. Only one person?
One person?
2, 3.
Okay.
All right.
Woo!
4, 5. Nice.
Well,
so the first thing we do in Kundalini Yoga is we tune in. We activate through sound of our voice currents. We're going to call out to all that is, because there's no stopping it. And we're going to say the words Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. And we're saying, hey, Creator, we're part of you, and you're inside of us. That great divine wisdom is inside of us all. Always has been, is right at this moment, and always will be. So the first thing we're going to do is tune in by using the sound current of our own voice. So in Kundalini Yoga, don't hold back. You know, don't think you have to be dainty and sweet. You don't. You're very welcome here to just go for it. And we really, really appreciate that. So, thumbs to the sternum, elbows out to the sides. Close your eyes, gently turn the gaze up to the spiritual eye center, where all is manifested and created through exactly the way that we think and how we feel. Let us take an inhale breath to start the tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Deep inhale and hold. Exhale. Inhale for the second part. Ad Gurudev Name, Jugat Gurudev Name, Sat Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Ad Gurudev Name, Jugat Gurudev Name, Sat Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Ad Gurudev Name, Jugat Gurudev Name, Sat Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Inhale and hold. Hold and see the light, connect to the light. The light is you. You are the light.